How's it going? So yeah, unfortunately, there's basically no way to build to beat good Nasus in a full game. Like again, you see again, why did he lose? Because he has incorrect secondary rune, right? So he took Transcendence. He should have taken. There's like a mana regeneration one, right? So again, you see, incorrect runes. Because there's one that gives you, I think it's like a presence of mind, I think, or something like this it's called, right? Now, his start was kind of, if he went instead of this, he would have went Horn, probably, right? And, well, actually, to be honest with you, this was probably a pretty good start, right? So, in this game, I was just experimenting. I was expecting him to beat me, but Warmog worked wonders. You will see in here. You will see in here that, you see. So he's beating me, but I have Warmog. So he spends a lot of mana in trying to kill me. Plus, I am super tanky. Like, this thing makes me super tanky. Alright, so you see he spends like bazillion of mana just to kill me. And then I just run away. I just sit, I heal up. And you see, now I traded mana for free because Warmog fully recharges me. And I can keep my Fury up. Right, honestly, this item here, I probably no longer going to be buying. Because I'll tell you why. When he attacks me, the turret starts attacking me. And then it's a problem. Because you have to take down the turrets. Right, so yes, you can argue it stops him. This item here needs to not proc turret aggro, honestly. Somehow, they need to make a change, because it's a good item. Like, it's a perfect item against Nasus, but the problem is he is proccing turret aggro on you. So, not only is Nasus smacking you, you have a turret smacking you. And also turret stacks damage, I think, right? So the more it's attacking you, the longer it goes. And you have to remember, this is something I did not cover in my previous video. This item, this Wither on 5 stacks, you have to understand you cannot attack a turret, right? You are literally, you will see, I'm literally standing there and I'm not attacking anything because I'm just like stuck in this Wither, basically. So you see, I'm desperately trying to take his turrets. Desperately, right? Now, the good news is that his stacking is not really helping him, right? Too much. Because for him to kill me, I have to be in his little circle of fire. And if I escape it, his damage significantly falls off. Just like very, very, very falls off. Like, I reckon for Nasus to do damage to you, as long as you're not standing in a circle, it has to be 1000 plus stacks. Plus. Right? I'm talking about meaningful damage where it's a problem. Right? So, we have time. Right? We have time. So, you see, like, he's gonna wither me in here, and you see, like, I'm just not even attacking anything. Right? Look, like I'm just literally standing. Yeah. Look, like 2 auto attacks in like what, like 3 seconds. You're not really gonna kill a turret that fast, do you know what I'm saying? But the good news is that this Wither thing is actually quite mana expensive. 80 mana, right? So this one is also very expensive. And this one is very expensive. Right? Like, the good news is that his Spirit Fire, like, is the, how to say, that's kind of his main source of damage when you think about it, right? It has 8-second cooldown, which is okay, right? And you can spin out of it. So in theory, you can trade your spin, yeah, you see? Every time he tries to Spirit Fire you, you can just spin out of it. so it cannot damage you. But he will spam it on you regardless, because he needs to do damage. If he doesn't kind of use it, he will do no damage, right? And if he does no damage, he will run out of mana trying to spam Wither on you. So he will have to attempt to catch you with his Spirit Fire. And that's advantage to drain his mana, right? Basically, right now, I see the light only in one way. If you can avoid his Spirit Fire, right? And you have to basically, like in here, once he goes Om and you have couple of items, right, do not kill him. Like, try to avoid killing him, right? Because you can take turrets just with Demolish alone, right? Technically speaking, I mean, what did I gain from my items? I gained nothing, right? I just gained absolutely nothing. Everything I do with my items and without items, my damage to turrets is still the same, because there's no offensive damage, right? And I can heal myself, technically speaking, right, with my Q. So Warmog, I mean, the only reason why Warmog is effective in here is because I killed him and he went back. If basically do not kill Nasus, that's it. That's probably the rule. Drain his mana, and then start abusing the turret with your Demolish, right? So the mistake is to kill Nasus. That's it. That's the mistake, right? Basically, do not kill him, and that's it. Because you have to think, right? Without mana items, even on runes alone, he will go on 100%, right? 100% he's gonna go on, because he has, even like if he goes correct runes in here, right? He will still go on, because for him to stop me from taking turrets, he has to wither me, right? Otherwise, I'm gonna take down the turrets, right? Wither is very expensive, very, very expensive on mana, right? So think about it. He has 400 mana, right? His mana regen is not very good because I played Nasus myself, and he doesn't regen mana really well, right? And then for him to do damage to you, he has to catch you with Spirit Fire. So think about it. 80 mana here, 120 in here, and 20, right? So 220 mana just off the bat. So he does it 5 times, and he's on. Like 5 times he does that, he's on. That's it. Past that point, he can only Q, right? And if he Qs you, he's not Qing the minions, right? And you remember, Tryndamere can passive heal. I can just heal, right? So basically, the strategy I see right now is do not kill him, and the most important thing, you have to take away relics from him. You will see I even like ghost in here at one point, basically. Yeah, you see, so I basically ghosted in here to take relic first. Because you have to remember, whoever takes the relic first gets the most mana, right? So I just take it away from him. Just steal it, take it away from him. You see? He gains a little bit of mana, but he would have doubled the gain if he was to take the relic, right? So you have to take it away from him. You have to. Like I did not... Basically, like the strategy is take away the relics and do not kill him. And then that's it. He goes home and you just beat him. Like look at his situation right now, right? Minions are stacking. He can't kill me because if he attacks me, it's a waste of time. I just run away. I get my Warmog, right? It resets me, and then that's it, right? He can't kill the super minions because it takes too long. Super minions empower small minions, right? So it's difficult. Like for him, like in this situation, you have won the game, right? As long as you can take down the inhibitor, right? You just have to take down the inhibitor. Like the strategy is don't kill him, take down inhibitor, steal all his relics, and just swarm him with minions. Just swarm him. The only difference between Hullbreaker and no Hullbreaker is in Hullbreaker you can afford to actually kill him, but in here you cannot. Suicide yourself, but don't kill him. Don't kill him. Drain his mana. Do you see the problem? Like, he doesn't know what to do at this stage. You see? Now, another problem in here, don't buy this item. Because I could have won the game if I didn't have the item, but my item is causing problems for me right now. Just buy triple cloak, basically. Triple armor. Like, 300 armor. You see his mana is just running out, basically, and that's it. So I took down all the relics, naturally. In this position, in theory, you can actually int suicide. But I decided not to do it. I just decided because, look, like in my situation, he has no mana, right? I can just attack the inhibitor. As soon as he gets me low, I just run away because he cannot wither me anymore. He has no mana, right? And my move speed is higher than his. So I will just run away, and I will Warmog heal to full, and then I come back and I repeat, rinse and repeat. While he can only queue minions, right? Like that's it. Like he's just. I accidentally pressed my ult because I was super excited. Look, you see? I'm just messing around because I know I already won. You see, like the problem. So I'd say, if you were to die, right, you need to buy Athena chains for sure, because 30% damage reduction is just ridiculous for the price, right? And you also, as a result of tenacity increase, your W sticks on him for longer. And remember, like, W is minus 80 stacks, so it's kind of significant, especially when he's trying to, beat up the minions. Right? Maybe instead of this item, buy the attack version of it, right? So this way you can control his healing, right? So when you're fighting him, he's trying to heal off the minions, and you're constantly attacking him, so he gets the healing reduction, right? Because this thing here, you're not really in control. If he attacks you, then okay, right? If he attacks you, but if he doesn't, then... And the problem is the turret is attacking. Okay, so how do we beat Nasus, right? We don't kill him, we destroy his turrets, right? We suicide. Basically, we try to get... try to win the game without dying, and that's it. And without killing him. Drain his mana, take all the relics. The most important thing is drain his mana and take all the relics. And then if you take down inhibitor, you won the game. That's it. Right? That's about it. Now, executing the strategy is very, very hard. I'll tell you now. I had to freeze the lane in here a couple of times. I still don't understand how this bloody... You see, the problem is if you want to attack him, like, it will bounce in here, I think, right? Yeah. You see, the problem is for you to attack him, you have to spin into him, right? And every time you spin into him, you do damage to minions, right? And that's the big problem. And unlike Summoner's Rift, minions spawn every 20 seconds, like 20 or 25 seconds, I think. And traveling time is a lot faster. So, a lot of the times you spin into him, right? He withers you, and you, like, his minions start attacking you, and this unfreezes the lane. That's the problem. You see? I tried, like, you'll see in here, like, on multiple occasions, I tried not to spin into the minion wave. You see, I kind of try to walk around it. You see my positioning? Like, I constantly try to not spin through the wave, right? Like, right now, you see, I have to control the wave, but the problem is he can wither you, right? And when he withers you, your auto attack like speed is so slow that his minion wave just pushes through the freeze. So that's what I'm saying, is that on Aram it's very difficult to freeze. There are so many things that other champions can do to stop you from freezing, right? And that's you see, like I'm trying to kind of, in here I kind of, yeah, and you probably want to take down the first turret as fast as possible so you deny this relic. Because the problem is, I noticed, I was like, oh shit, that's freezing, basically freezing is a bad strategy because he has access to 2 relics. The core to beating him is to take away his relics. That's I think is the core, right? Because if you take away his relics, he runs out of mana, and then you can push through to the turrets, and then you can just take it down, right? But as long as he has mana, he can W you, and he can manipulate the wave by using the Spirit Fire, right? So, yeah, it's a difficult matchup, I have to say, very very difficult. I wish I could tell you, oh, you know, like Yasuo, for example, you just take a blade and you just poop on him. So you see, like I even ghosted to take the relic, because that's how important it is to control the relic. That's how it's important, right? It's like you just have to control it. Now, I have no idea what to do against a good Nasus, right? I'm talking about the guy who has correct. Like if I were to play Nasus, I'd probably beat this. I probably would beat Tryndamere, honestly. Because, like, I just don't see a way how Tryndamere can stop me from scaling, right? I'm just thinking, right, if I go Horn and yeah, if I go Horn, I go a bit of armor in the beginning, right? Or, actually, he might be right. Horn is not the way. If I go Wardens, I stack my item, I get my honestly, the only thing he was missing was his runes were incorrect. And another thing he can take, if he takes Shin, I mean, his damage is just so crazy. Yeah, so I just go Warden, I take Shin, and I just don't run out of mana, and then that's it. I just win. Right. Yeah, but you see, now I know how to play against them. Okay, yeah. I think it's still playable. So I'm enthusiastic about it. It's still playable. Still playable. But we'll see. I need to meet some kind of, I don't know, challenger Nasus main or something like this. Then I'll probably cry. Then another problem you see is the teleports. The fact that he does, like, Nasus is a slow champion. The fact that he does not have to walk all this way, like, minimizes damage to the turret. Do you know what I mean? That's like a problem. Overall, my impression is you will not beat good Nasus on this map. I don't think you will. It's just, everything is just stacked for him to beat you, basically. Anyway, take care.